Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing a sort of video giving my thoughts on the new Walking Dead AMC Surviving Together trailer leading up to the second half of The Walking Dead Season 5. And also, we're going to be doing Q&A Part 11. Right, so the link will be in the description so you guys can go ahead and check it out for this one. It's a little bit over a minute in terms of, the trailer itself, and it's pretty cool. I think it's just like a strictly a promo type trailer. I don't think we're going to be seeing this in an actual episode. You know how, like a lot of trailers, they'll take clips from the episodes and they'll put it in the trailer, and then as you see the episodes, you start to see the different clips that were in it. This one, to me anyway, looks like it's 100% shot for just promotion, shot for just the promo. And it looks cool. It's really, really cool. The first thing or notable thing is, my God, is Andrew Lincoln's beard frickin' epic. It's going to be unfortunate that he's going to have to shave that thing because it is massive, and he's got some different color in it and everything. It's got some gray in there, a little bit of white maybe. Almost Herschel-esque, a little bit, not quite, almost. But it's just a pretty silly, cool little trailer. You got some slow-mo, you got some, them, I guess, firing, or I don't know. What are they shooting? I don't know. It's a mystery. It's the mist. I don't know. I think it's just kind of to get us in for the season, just to kind of show off the survivors and their zombie killing ability and how they're getting better at surviving and how it's all that matters and killing zombies. So, I don't know what more I can really say about it than that. That's pretty much all I got for you guys in terms of opinions. It's just cool. You got to see it. It's got some, interesting music. It's kind of avant-garde. It's very artistic. So check it out if you haven't seen it yet. Link in the description. And yeah, let's continue with your guys' questions for part 11. Oh, already up to 11 now. Holy cow. But we got less than a month left. So yeah, going to continue with those. Let's do some answers. Yeah. Okay, so the first question comes from Captain Pork. Captain Pork wants to know, hey Trev, wanted to know what your least favorite characters are from both series. So least favorite from the Walking Dead television series, and my least favorite from the comic book series. So this is a tricky one. Now, he says his least favorite from the TV series is Daryl. So I'm like, I don't know. To each their own, I guess. So me, okay. So the TV series, all right. I'd have to say, all in all, probably the way they handled Andrea in the Walking Dead television series, and not because I hated that interpretation of the character. I did like the performance that the actress gave. I did like, the character. Like, I do like Andrea, but for me, that was my least favorite because of the way she was handled, how she just didn't survive very long at all. And she had so much potential. In the Walking Dead comic book series, she becomes a fantastic character, like a sniper, really strong female, really cool character. And she's used extremely well, and I think that was a huge disappointment what they did in the TV series with her, having killed her off in the finale, which seemed like kind of a snap-quick decision, and they didn't really think too far into it with regards to the repercussions of it, I don't think. And, it has affected the series a lot. It's changed a lot of things about the series. So I'd probably go with the TV series version with Andrea, and for the comic book series version, I might go with Shane, to tell you the truth. Shane in the Walking Dead comic book series is just kind of a straight-up asshole. He doesn't really have any relatable qualities. He doesn't really have any reason for us to get behind his side of things. He's written very in a way which is easy to hate. It's really easy to hate the comic book version of Shane, where he's just a jerk. And, I would probably go with Shane from the Walking Dead comic book series as my most hated. The governor from the comic book series too, though. I don't really like the governor very much either from the comic book series. He kind of hates Rick for no reason. He chops his hand. Whoa. Spoilers. But he does some things too that I don't like. If I couldn't go with Andrea because of what they did with her, I might have to go with somebody like, let's see here, Jackie from season 1. I didn't like her very much in the TV series. Let's see, anybody else? I think that's pretty much it. I've liked mostly everyone else for the most part. Randall's an easy character to hate. I didn't like Randall very much. I mean, it was good how they used him, but yeah, he's not the best character. And Beth early on, I really hated Beth early on, even though she kind of redeemed herself in some ways near the end there. But some people pointed out that her decision of stabbing Dawn and thus setting off this huge chain reaction, where how was she to know if it wasn't gonna break out into a whole shooting gallery between the characters. Yeah, I mean it's true. She could have set off basically a shoot 'em all type situation where everybody got killed just because of her trying to save Noah, that type of thing. So I don't know. I mean, you could kind of look at it that way in the end too. That Beth, I don't know about her decisions that she made, but yeah, I didn't like her very much early on. Next one is from RKOoutatNoWhere, and he says, do you think we will see Morgan-only episodes during the second half? It would be interesting to see what has happened since we saw him in Season 3. I couldn't agree with you more. I think that would be awesome to see, but I don't think we're going to see Morgan-only. I think we might see like intros, outros, parts of the episode of him, maybe some flashbacks or stuff like that over the next couple season or couple seasons, but I don't think we're going to see an entire Morgan episode. That said, they seem to always put around episode last year was Still, the year before that we had Arrow on the Doorstep. They often have like an episode or two in the second half that's kind of filler, or at least most of it is sort of just kind of to fill the season out. It doesn't really do much for the overall plot, doesn't do much for the overall story. It's not really great in terms of the episode itself. And some people could even argue that Clear was one of those, even though I don't see it that way because I love Morgan as a character. But if you don't like Morgan, I can understand that you think that Clear is kind of just totally useless. But I can see them doing something like that because we've had those types of episodes, in the last couple seasons. But we'll have to see if they're going to continue with that trend where they throw in like an episode or two where not all that much happens. Those still make sense afterwards, of course, because of what happened with Beth in the first half of The Walking Dead Season 5. So there's my answers to that question. I don't think we will, but I'd like to see it, though. I would hope to see a full Morgan-only type episode. I would really like to see that quite a bit. Next one is, let's see, says, what has been your least favorite mid-season finale? Also from RKOoutatNoWhere. That's really tough because Season 1 didn't really have one. Yeah, they didn't have one. Season 2, because it was only 6 episodes, Season 2 had pretty much dead already, so definitely not that. That was an amazing ending, an amazing episode. Season 3, Season 3's ending was not, the mid-season finale was not the greatest. It was kind of like Daryl gets captured, that type of thing, Merle, and it was exciting at the time, but in terms of replay value, and comparing it to the others, it really doesn't have that much. Although Coda is not that great either, but at least there was a character death. And it was pretty exciting most of the way through the episode. Season 4's was, of course, Too Far Gone, so, no comparison with that. That's the best ever. So I think in this case, I would have to go with Season 3. Yeah, I'd have to go with Season 3's mid-season finale. Now, what was that called? Made to Suffer, something like that. I think it was Made to Suffer. See, that's how memorable it is. I don't even really remember the episode, although I think it's Made to Suffer. But yeah, that's just, that wasn't the best mid-season finale. I think it was kind of in the middle, and it just wasn't that great. It was okay, I guess, but not that great by itself. Okay, next one from him is, which character in the whole series do you wish got more screen time and concentration? Throughout the entire series, who should have gotten more screen time, more concentration? Well, Morgan, really, to tell you the truth. He's going to get it, so that's something that we're looking forward to in the future, but I would have to say him. Aside from him, let's go with who else has been kind of underutilized. I would like to see them do something with T-Dog, He's kind of one of those deaths that, you'll always it was cut short, but he was with the group for a really long time. They never really gave him much time or concentration. And it is good to have random deaths because then it gives us that sense of unpredictableness. or that predictability is not there. You're not able to predict what's going to happen when characters randomly drop. So it makes sense, right, from that perspective. But from the other perspective, it would have been cool to see them give him some more time, give T-Dog something more. Let's see, maybe Martinez would have been cool, to see a little bit more with him. Granted, he was kind of like the number 2 to the governor always anyway. Let's see who else. Maybe if Shane could have survived on longer, although I think he got quite a bit. I think he maybe got more than they initially intended him to. So Shane, what they did with Shane was incredible, and I would like to see him survive on even longer. But yeah, those are kind of my picks for those. But probably overall, I would just say T-Dog, because he really didn't get much in the way of development or anything. Even Tyrese or some of the other characters we've had later on have had way more development than him. Even Bob, really, if you think about it, and they hadn't even been there that long. Like, he'd been there a few seasons, and that was what he got. So, yeah. Oh, well, you got to have that if you want to keep up that unpredictableness I talked about. Next one's from Ranger, and he says, "Hey, Trev, I got a video topic for a Q&A. Do you think Rick will go back to the farm to see Shane like he did in the comics?" So this is good. This is a really good question. I don't consider this spoilers because this is so old. I mean, we're past that point in The Walking Dead television series at that time. This is from probably 7 or 8 years ago in terms of comic book time. After he kills Shane, he finds out that when characters die, even if they're not bitten by a zombie or scratched or whatever, they turn. Even if they're just shot or whatever, they actually do turn afterwards. And in the comic book series, he goes back to the camp where Carl had shot Shane and killed him, and he kills the zombie version of Shane, right? So, now, of course, the zombie version of Shane in the TV series had been killed off right away, like same episode by Carl, that type of deal. So that doesn't make sense. But could we see the group go back to the farm? We might, because there's the whole Beth thing. Are they going to bury her? Where are they going to bury her? It's just going to be some random spot. Or are they going to go back to the prison, but that set's destroyed? The farm would be a likely choice. It's possible. So we'll see with that. But I don't think, we're not going to see anything like that with like the comic book series. We couldn't, because Shane is, it doesn't. He's already dead, right? That doesn't make sense. But we could see the farm again, and I would like to see it. I think that would just be cool. Next one's from Delvin Blevins. Some people, by the way, are analyze the promos, and they think that we will see the farm again. So just so you know. Delvin Blevins, and he says, "Just wanted to get your thoughts on when the spinoff series will come on. I'm thinking maybe after every season of the main show to give us content while we wait for the next season." So Delvin's saying he thinks what they're going to do is they're going to run through the first half of season 6 of The Walking Dead, and then we're going to have the first season of the companion show, Cobalt, or the spin-off series, whatever you want to call it, same thing really, start after it ends. And I think he's right. I think that's probably what they're doing. If they're doing casting and they're doing everything now, that would tell me that they're probably going to film it, to be honest, around the same time. You'll just have different crew filming that as the crew that's working on the original Walking Dead. So I think that makes a lot of sense, and I think he's right. I think that's what they're doing. I would like to see it in the summertime, like when Under the Dome is on, like June, July, August. If we could have 10 to 12 episodes or whatever during that time, I think that would be perfect. That would be so cool, because this break for me is not too bad, because we just had the first half, and I like to watch the first half a couple of times, and I look forward to the second half. It's not too bad to wait. But the summertime is a pretty long wait until it starts again in October, from all the way from the end of, it's like the beginning of April to, even though I watch Game of Thrones, which is awesome. So there's Game of Thrones, but then once Game of Thrones ends in June, July, I'm watching The Strain and Under the Dome, reviewing those. But I mean, yeah, I would like to see it at that time of the year, but I think it's going to be in between. I think that's where they're aiming for it, although I'd like to see it in the summer if they could swing it in the future. But we'll see if that's even going to get out of its first season. It's only 6 episodes in terms of the first season, so hopefully it gets renewed, or we see something, for a second season, longer, maybe 10, 12. Heck, if they could do another 16 episodes, I don't think they could, but if they could, that'd be 32 episodes of zombies, Walking Dead, per year. That'd be awesome. I mean, well, zombies, you got Z Nation too, but actually Z Nation's been pretty good, to be honest. They finished off really strong. I'd suggest that if you're bored, you want to watch some zombie stuff, watch Z Nation. It's really good to the end. I'm telling you right now, it's a lot of fun. You just can't take it seriously. Anyway, last one's from. I won't go on for too long for this Q&A because we did talk about the trailer a little bit, and I want to do a video for the next day as well. Benji Lone Wolf, and he says, okay, this was like a comment, right? He says, I still do not understand why people like Beth. One season, everyone hates her, and she's the most annoying character on the show. Then when she dies, everyone says she was a good character, when the only development she had was literally helping Dawn kill a guy. So Benji Lone Wolf, he's a pretty avid follower of the channel, so thank you, Benji, for watching. He brings up a great point, and I think here's what happens. This is why I put this in here. I want to give my thoughts on this one. Well, the more time you spend with a character, even if you hate them at the beginning, but you love the show they're in, the more time you spend with them, the more attachment you're gonna have to that character. And same with people in real life. The more time you spend with somebody, even if you don't really like them at first, you spend a lot of one-on-one time with the person, you probably start to realize it's not too bad, after a while. And the second part, this is the reason psychologically, I think, people don't like to speak ill of the dead, no matter what. Even if it's a fictional character in a show, when someone's dead, when someone dies, it adjusts the way people view them. They see themselves as evil if they hate somebody that's dead, right? Or even a character in a show that's dead. Once a character's dead, I didn't, that type of thing. You kind of feel that bit of emotion there. But she also did become a much stronger survivor, being able to at least take care of herself in the end, which I thought was pretty cool because she's unexpected. Most of us didn't think she was going to survive for long at all, and she ended up surviving for a really long time. I thought she was a T-Dog type character or Patricia or one of the others, where just all of a sudden a zombie will kill her, and that's it. She'll be bitten and she'll die or something. So that didn't happen, and I did like how much time she got at the end, and like I said, for those two reasons, that's probably why. But she did bring in a new audience for the show. She brought in a lot of female viewers that can relate to her character, that like that type of character, and it was cool. It was cool for the show because it's helped the popularity of the show. It's good that you can have different range of characters that are different ages, different sexes, male, female, just diversity, because when people relate to a character, they're going to be more interested in watching that show or reading that comic book or whatever the case is. So having a variety of characters allows you to tap into different audiences, which is why I think Beth was good for The Walking Dead overall. So anyway, I won't go on for too long. Those are the Q&A questions for this one. And check out the trailer if you guys haven't yet. It's pretty awesome, even though it's just quick. And there's not much going on aside from slow-mo, cool action shots and just they're getting ready. They're practicing. They're running through some demonstrations. These are zombie apocalypse, zombie slaying demos. That's what they're doing in this trailer. So let me know what you guys think about it. And also Beth as a character, all these questions we talked about that we've answered. And if you have any other questions, feel free to send them to me. If you like the video, please thumb it up below. If you want to help support the channel, please share it, please favorite it. That's it for this one, guys. See you probably tomorrow for the next one. As always, it's Trev. Saying peace.